Devadashakam, Srinarayana Guru's most celebrated, probably most famous composition, which has a great inner meaning. My effort here is to give a commentary, explanation on the Devadashakam. I am using somebody's voice which has given a beautiful, melodious sound for me to get into the inner meaning as an explanation. Deva Dashakam. Dashakam means 10. Deva, here in this context, Gurudeva, Srinarayana Guru, considered it as Bhagavan, Ishvara, God. Therefore, Deva Dashakam means 10 verses to God. That's like a universal prayer. A prayer that is penned by Srinarayana Guru in 1914. The Kerala state government in 2009 recommended that it should become the national prayer of India. This song is translated into more than 100 languages. This is a beautiful prayer, a work which is basically based on the Advaita Vedanta philosophy. No two, there is only one. Advaita. No Dvaitam. Dvaitam means two. Advaitam means there is only one. That means God is not different from the person who thinks about God. That's a great philosophy, which is the great master of India, Adi Shankara, defined as Advaita philosophy in India. He composed this Devadashakam in Alua. Alua is where, after 10 years of this composition, 1914, in 1924, the all religious meet happened, which is one of the first a community meet of multiple religions which happened in India after the Chicago's meet by wherein Swami Vivekananda gave a great speech. That for the students of various caste and religious group, informal meetings kept happening, and in 1914 Srinarayana Guru composed this song to realize the spiritual meaning of the God which is in all of us. Guru always wrote 3 different languages: Sanskrit, Tamil, and Malayalam. Though many poets, many literary work mixes languages, Guru always was very particular. He never mixed multiple languages in his songs. And here, it's relatively a soft language in Malayalam. But today's generation, the common people also don't understand that Malayalam which is used by Guru in 1940. So we are talking about it after 110 years. This embodies a vision realizing many philosophical works of the great, grand, generations to generations in terms of language and concept in Bharatiya, Veda Shastra and Upanishad, and subsequently the interpretations written over and over again on this. Although the language is very simple, the meaning and expressions and the inner meanings of these lokas are, the verses are very, very much deep and needs to contemplate multiple number of times on this. The one of the most used poem in Kerala for all the community prayers is this song Devadashakam. This Malayalam poem is a very devotional prayer, and therefore most of the people love it so much, though they may not realize the real inner meaning. The divine protection and the guidance and the liberation which each one of us get while chanting this, while singing this, while praying around this is one which can experience. So let us get into the philosophical and spiritual significance of the verse, word by word, meaning by meaning.
ദൈവമേ കാത്തുകൊള്ളുകങ്ങ് കൈവിടാതിങ്ങു ഞങ്ങളെ.
Oh God, from there beyond, keep watch on us here, never letting go your hand.
The first line which explains ദൈവമേ കാത്തുകൊള്ളുക കൈവിടാതെ ഞങ്ങളെ. Oh God, please protect us. Don't leave my hand. That means don't abandon us. This line reflects a person who get dedicated to the divine protection, pleading for a divine protection, and that's a spiritual journey with a deep seated human fear of separation from the divine. So when the father walks, the child may be holding the father's finger, but the father also holds so that the child will not leave the. So that's a bondage between the father and the child. Similarly, in my spiritual path, I'm requesting God, please don't leave my hand. Don't abandon me. So I need guidance. I need your support. I need you to be with me. And that feeling, that suggestion, it is probably much, much higher, because the higher self of me is reaching close to the divine consciousness.
നാവികൻ നീ ഭവാബ്ദിക്ക് ഒരാവിവൻ തോണി നിൻ പദം.
You are the captain and your word, a mighty steamboat for this sea of change.
And I'm asking to navigate me in my difficult times in my life. നാവികൻ നീ ഭവാബ്ദിക്കോ രാവികൻ തോണി നിൻ പാദം. You are a navigator who will guide us across the ocean where the worldly existence is the great ocean which Guru means here. And your feet, I am holding you as if I am sitting in the boat. So the feet of God is considered as the boat which will make me to cross this troublesome worldly existence, survival in this life. The ocean of worldly existence, Bhavabdi, that symbolizes the cycle of birth and death and rebirth, along with all the troubles and problems which comes and goes. It could be today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, yesterday. After a night, the day comes. So it could be next Janma every day. The divine is the navigator. The Bhagavan is the navigator. So I am surrendering, I am falling on your feet with the highest wisdom which I could gather in my life. So that this ocean of life, through liberation, or reach liberation to get across this. Or while traveling itself, I am getting liberated. The feet of the divine, the Bhagavan, being the boat that signifies like which can float in without dipping itself in the water. So God is always not getting inside the problems of the day-to-day affairs. So the importance of my journey as defined by Bhagavan, I am ready to take, but only with your support. So that I will become more wiser and wiser. My troubles will become less and less.
ഒന്നൊന്നായി എണ്ണി എണ്ണി തൊട്ടെണ്ണും പൊരുളൊടുങ്ങിയാൽ നിന്നിടും ദൃക്കുപോരുള്ളം നിന്നില സ്പന്ദമാകണം.
when all things touched and counted one by one, and then the seeing eye stops still. In like manner may the inside become stilled and settle in you.
ഒന്നൊന്നായി എണ്ണി തൊട്ട് പൊരുള് നിന്നിടം, യുവർ പ്ലേസ്, ദൃക്ക് പോലുള്ളം നിന്നിൽ അസ്പന്ദം ആകണം. For us who is counting every moment, every day, every week, every month, every year, merges in your essence, നിന്നുള്ളം, പൊരുൾ, that should be inside me, spandanam, then maybe all our souls vibrate with the rhythm of your presence. That's what it says. This captures the philosophy of unity with the divine, and therefore the collective process of me and the Bhagavan, the essence inside me and the me, the barren me, filled with the divine power inside me. I am relinquishing the ego of my individuality surrendering to you. So there is no difference between me and somebody else. So everybody is one and the same with the divine. So it also, the interconnectedness of all existence is established here. And how divine consciousness, the spandanam, the frequency, is the underlying energy that is shared by all beings in the world. Everybody, everyone which has got a life, let that be human or no human.
അന്നവസ്ത്രാദി മുട്ടാതെ തന്നു രക്ഷിച്ചു ഞങ്ങളെ ധന്യരാക്കുന്ന നീയൊന്നു തന്നെ ഞങ്ങൾക്കു തമ്പുരാൻ.
Giving us food, clothes, and such. Without lapse, you preserve us, making us generously blessed. You alone are our true master.
അന്നവസ്ത്രാദി മുട്ടാതെ തന്നു രക്ഷിച്ചു ഞങ്ങളെ. Hey Bhagavan, who is giving me the food which I require, cloth which I require, the shelter which I require, you alone are our master and make us blessed with being with all these facilities around me. ധന്യരാക്കുന്ന, I am getting satisfied. നീ ഒന്നു തന്നെ, you are the only one. ഞങ്ങൾക്ക്, for us, തമ്പുരാൻ, തമ്പുരാൻ is the master. You are the only master for us and nobody else. I don't have to find somebody else around me who may be richer than me, wiser than me, politically stronger than me. No, I am not bothered about all of them. I am only bothered about you, the master, who is responsible for taking care of my food, shelter, clothes, everything. So the gratitude of me, the essential needs of life being provided by the Bhagavan, the God, the divine, it philosophically means the devotee is always blessed with the food, shelter and protection, whatever is the minimum requirement. That's a gift from the divine, recognizing that my caretaker is he, and the appreciation, encouraging a simple faith that he will take care of me throughout my life.
ആഴിയും തിരയും കാറ്റും ആഴവും പോലെ ഞങ്ങളും മായയും നിൻ മഹിമയും നീയുമെന്നുള്ളിലാകണം.
Inwardly seen, we are like the ocean, and Maya is like the wave. The wind is your glory, and the depths you yourself.
ആഴിയും തിരയും കാറ്റും മഴയും പോലെ ഞങ്ങളും മായയും നിൻമഹിമയും നീയുമെന്നുള്ളിൽ കാണണം. Like the Ari, the ocean, Tira, the waves, Kat, the wind, Mara, the rain, everything. Let us, along with this illusion that your glory merge with me, let everything also get merged as part of the universal world around me. So this is a metaphor of relationship between the individual and the Maya, the divine. Everything is one. Just like the wave in the ocean is part of the wave, is the ocean, or the ocean itself is the wave, or wave exists in ocean only. Therefore, you cannot separate them. So there is no difference between the seeker and the sought. The Maya, that you are not with me, which makes me to even request you, is like the ocean requesting the wave to be part of the ocean. It's part of the ocean by default. So it's a boundless relationship, limitless relationship. The essence of that is being emphasized here. The non-duality, the Advaita's philosophy is what I was telling you in the beginning. That is here. We are one and the same. Everything is ultimately is part of the divine. And the wave is part of the ocean. The water is part of the wave and the water is part of the ocean. The same water.
നീയല്ലോ സൃഷ്ടിയും സൃഷ്ടാവായതും സൃഷ്ടിജാലവും നീയല്ലോ ദൈവമേ സൃഷ്ടിക്കുള്ള സാമഗ്രിയായതും.
You verily are creation and creator, and the magical web of creatures too. Are you not, O God, the very stuff of which all creation is made?
നീയല്ലോ സൃഷ്ടിയും സൃഷ്ടി is the creation. You are the generator. You are the creator. And you are the reason for creation. നീയല്ലോ ദൈവമേ സൃഷ്ടിക്കുള്ള സാമഗ്രി, all the 5 elements which are used for creating the every creation in this world, and you are in that material which is used for creation also. So you are the material, you are the creator, you are the responsible person for creation. So I cannot again see me different from you because you are responsible for every bit of my life. This also talks about the Advaitic view of the God is responsible for the material that is being used for creation, and you are the architect also. So God is seen as the source, and God is seen as the seer. The God is seen as the who is seeing. God is seen as who is seeing the essence of what is he seeing. And therefore it is me which reflects in the philosophy. The universe unifies. The manifestations of the divine can be seen in every form, which is an expression of the same unity, which is the reality which is to be understood by people who become more wiser and wiser in this world.
നീയല്ലോ മായയും മായാവിയും മായാവിനോദനും നീയല്ലോ മായയെ നീക്കി സായുജ്യം നൽകുമാര്യനും.
You alone are Maya, the conjurer of Maya, enjoyer of Maya. Are you not also the great one who removing Maya will grant the supreme union?
മായാവിയും. You are the Maya, the illusion, and you are the one who creates this illusion also. നീയല്ലോ മായയെ നീക്കി സായുജ്യം. You are the one who is giving me that realization that these are all Maya, and give me the sayujyam, means union with Bhagavan, union with the greater energy which is among all of us, making me to join with all of them to realize that that energy is within me and the you. That realization also is given by you, but you create me illusion. You are the reason for that. You are the one who can remove that also. This speaks how the creator and the dissolver of the illusion works together to make me to realize that we are not separate, we are one and the same. You are the person who gives me that knowledge and who makes me liberate from the feeling that I am different from somebody else. No, I am not different from somebody else. I am one and the same with everyone. That philosophy where the Bhagavan God has a total inclusive mind for the creation is being explained here.
നീ സത്യം ജ്ഞാനമാനന്ദം, നീ തന്നെ വർത്തമാനവും ഭൂതവും ഭാവിയും വേറല്ലോതും മൊഴിയുമോർക്കിൽ നീ.
You are the truth, knowledge, and happiness. You alone are the present, past and future too, another. The spoken word when remembered is also you.
നീ സത്യം, നീ is that person, the truth which understand the consciousness of the eternity in this world. Bhudavum, bhaviyum, the future, the present, and the past. Everything is understood by every one of us. When I think about this, I realize, oh, there is nothing called the past, present, and future. The divine identifies the truth, the Sat, the Chit, the consciousness, and the Ananda, Sat, Chit, Ananda. The three aspects of the Brahman in the Vedanta philosophy, by acknowledging that God is present, past, and the future. Sat is the essence, Chit is the consciousness, and Ananda is the bliss which, when we realize it, we get it. Again, the reinforces the idea of all existence in this one envelope, which is the divine essence.
അകവും പുറവും തിങ്ങും മഹിമാവാർന്ന നിൻ പദം പുകഴ്ത്തുന്നു ഞങ്ങളങ്ങ് ഭഗവാനെ ജയിക്കുക.
Glorious is your word which fills both inside and outside to the brim. That alone we praise, O gracious God, ever victorious.
അകവും പുറവും തിങ്ങും, the inside and the outside, the praise the glorious feet of God, and says Jaikuga Bhagavane, you praising the God, saying that let you be the person who will be getting the trump with all these glories being celebrated by all of us. Let my in and out, agavum puravum, inner and the outer world around me, Mahima, your glory, Nin Padam, your feet, it is being raised, Pugattuga. Let it get raised by the words which everybody sings around you.
ജയിക്കുക മഹാദേവ ദീനാവനപരായണ, ജയിക്കുക ചിദാനന്ദ ദയാസിന്ധു ജയിക്കുക.
Yours is the victory, O great God, ever intent on saving those in misery. You alone triumph, all-knowing glory, ocean of mercy, praise be to you.
This is the concept that Bhagavan is omnipresent, everywhere he is there, and his feet is with the creation of, and that boat which I am holding to get that material which I am being made of, that protection and the feeling which I am getting, the energy within me. There is nothing called beyond creation, everything is within that. That spiritual realization, that alignment with the divine is what I require. That is what it says. So I praise you for all that. Jaikuga Mahadeva. Hey Bhagavan, praise you. You are the great protector for all the downtrodden. For what? For bringing victory and giving me the ocean of bliss and compassion. Chidanandam, Sachidanandam, the permanent happiness, the ocean of happiness, the bliss and compassion which you are going to give me. So I am calling Bhagavan to be in the continued celebrations where both the powerful feeling and the compassion, both the mastery and the slave feeling inside me, so that the true divinity which is protecting inside me gives me the power to feel that I am great. But that feeling of being your slave gives me the feeling that I am the weak person. So both put together unitedly gives me the blissfulness and the compassion. The happiness because you are inside me, and the compassion which I want to give that to my fellow people around me.
ആഴമേറും നിൻ മഹസാം ആഴിയിൽ ഞങ്ങളാകവേ ആഴണം വാഴണം നിത്യം വാഴണം വാഴണം സുഖം.
In the ocean of your glory, of ever increasing depth, may we all together get immersed and remain there forever. In happiness.
ആഴമേറും നിൻ In you, it is too deep inside. And that in each one of us who understand the depth and the vastness of the eternity and the life, who understands it very carefully, lives in joy and live blissfully. Varanam, Varanam, Sukham. I want to be happy, happy, happy and live in this world, not with the suffering and troubles. Therefore, every devotee longs for, desires for immersing in the divine grace, where my spiritual fulfillment will become complete and eternally happy every moment which I be here in this world. That divine consciousness, where eternal joy replaces the feeling of enjoying what is around me, the nature, including the worldly happiness. Why not? It doesn't mean that spirituality is against the worldly happiness in this world. Guru, Srinarayana Guru never wanted people to be kept away from the worldly happiness. He says you have to make money, you have to do business, you have to take care of everything around you, develop socially, be strong, have united feeling of people together. And that's a great feeling. Oh, Srinarayana Guru, with all this embodiment of compassion, who is protecting all with these slokas, I salute you, that Guru. That is the last sloka which says. So it's a very powerful poem which has to be contemplated, meditated upon for the unity of the creation and the creator, and the journey with the soul being understood for liberation, guiding and protecting the power which is the energy which is guiding and protecting us through the divine path. So it's a dualistic devotion, but understanding the non-dualistic approach of Advaita Vedanta. Asking the God as part of my energy, being with me. It is not somebody who is away from me. And that thinking of being away or something else is a Maya which you have created, and you are the person who has to join, unify and unite with us to give the energy of divinity within me, so that my life and the joy and the compassion become so grateful. These are the great words of Srinarayana Guru, which is a beautiful, powerful chanting, which has got all these inner meaning inside. Deva Dashakam is a great blessing for each one of us to understand the Guru's understanding of the divine and the human condition, so that the philosophy dwells in each of us. Understand the meaning word by word, sentence by sentence. The whole essence of life itself is being mentioned in these 10 verses. Deva Dashakam, 10 verses. So it is overreaching the theme of Deva Dashakam to the millions of people, which probably will give the single philosophy how Srinarayana Guru has seen the divine grace, the universal brotherhood, the spiritual awakening, the philosophical significance, and by which people could get that liberation, that liberty, that feeling of being great, that feeling of being a sevaka, somebody who serves the humanity as a whole. So this is one of the greatest global harmony. This is one of the greatest understanding that individual cannot be together. We have got a Atmiya, a spiritual being in us, which are common with the people around. Therefore, we have a social justice which is to be understood across caste, creed, whether you are rich or poor, what category you belongs to. So that was the great message by Narayana Guru, saying that one caste, one religion, one God, and then we are all that son of that divinity. Prayers and namaskaram, Pada namaskaram to Jagat Guru, Sri Narayana Guru. Brahmaguru, Sri Narayana Guru, who realized this great divinity in each one of us and wanted to uplift us to that level where he lived a life for the humanity as a whole. As a social reformer, had a great part in the Kerala history, where Mahatma Gandhi, Tagore, Swami Vivekananda, all of them visited Sri Narayana Guru in his ashram in Kerala. Namaskaram, pranams.